and radio. You are listening to a Liberty Radio.
Whoa. All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbeta TV Radio. It's a lovely Thursday morning, and to those of us who had the gift of life, cherish it while you have it. And those of us who also have the opportunity to sleep at night, I know what I'm talking about. So cherish it as best as you can, because sometimes even that opportunity to sleep, some people don't have it. Okay, be grateful. Yeah, there are bad times, there are terrible times, there are tough times, but be grateful for the times that you have. Okay, while you're walking your way up from where you are to the better place tomorrow, be resolute, be grateful. But sometimes, just the attitude of gratitude can give you an extra bounce. But when you feel your system with a lot of complaint and disgruntledness and ungratefulness, you just end up not really, enjoying the life that you have been given. One thing that I told somebody on social media yesterday: no matter how you look at somebody else's life, you can't take their life. Your life is your life. Okay, even if you kill people, it's not like you're playing Super Mario where you go and jump on one place and then more life will be added to yours. No, it's the life, the card that you've been dealt from when you're born, that you will live to the day you die. And what you do in between from when you're born to when you're dead, that's what you'll be remembered for when you're gone. So always remember that, and it helps. Okay, it helps to make life good. Greg Okonji, I don't know how to thank you because the time difference is massive, and you're always there. Thank you so much for being on the show. So let's have some fun on the show today. Like I always talk about having fun. Some lady sent me a message yesterday. Gina is her name, and she's like, "Well, you're always talking about having fun. Is talking sports really that much fun?" I don't consider it not to be fun, but it's not just about talking sports. I keep saying to people, my whole life is fun. That my whole life is fun. And when I say my whole life is fun, and it comes across to people like, what is it that we're saying? Are you saying you don't have trouble? You're not dealing with what people are dealing with in Nigeria? I'm dealing with worse. I'm dealing with worse. Some things you just can't say publicly. I'm dealing with worse. I'm on a sinking ship. I'm like the whole. I'm standing next to a volcano that is erupting seriously. Okay, the volcano itself, the lava doesn't take me out. The ash from the volcano will take me out. But guess what? Would you rather go through life angry, sad, bitter, and still go through all those things that are stuck up against you? Or you're gonna go say to yourself, you know what? F it. I don't care. Happiness is something that I can choose, that I can do. And so that's what gets me happy, gets me excited, gets me high. Okay. It's not alcohol, it's not cigarettes or drug or whatever, things that people do, abuse. It is just the choice to be happy, and knowing where I'm coming from and where I'm at right now, and also knowing all of the impediments that have been put in front of me. I told my wife which day, and she doesn't like me say that. I said, if I fall down and die today, I've achieved more than a lot of people who live there 150 years. And she's like, what do you mean? I say, come on, go back. Everywhere that I've been to, I've made a mark. Whether it's Warri, whether it's Port Harcourt, whether it's coming to Lagos, whether it's going abroad, I've made a mark. And that's what everybody, some people fight all their life for. Some people even kill for it. I've made a mark. I've trained people, I've coached people, I've created platform for people, created opportunity for people, I've made people better than they were. And people don't understand that when I say, but it's the truth. Okay. So I'm not gonna sit here and be bitter. Oh, I can't pay my rent, bitter. Oh, this person said this thing about me, bitter. Oh, I was fired yet, bitter. Ah, come on. Coaches get fired every day, you know. Some coaches, their life, they are serial firing. The difference is that they get paid big for it. But I'm not on the show today. I've got Benedict. Somebody was, you guys were asking of Benedict yesterday. He was actually in the studio, but he came late. And, he has to know the rules, right? That coming late, lateness is not allowed in broadcasting. It doesn't matter if it is 1 minute late. As a matter of fact, when I came into this industry, I was told that if you come in 15 minutes before your show, you're late. You're supposed to be 30 minutes before your show. One, it gets you settled down. Two, it gets you prepared, and it gets you ready. And it puts you in the zone. So once you are 15 minutes late, 15 minutes before your show, you're not in the studio, you're late and you're tensed. And that tension practically might affect almost everything that you do. And that's probably the cue to me never going late. I mean, I've never been late for my show when I was in terrestrial radio for 13 years plus, never went late. When I worked for ITV as well for that 3 years and a half, never went late because I don't know how to. I don't want to be tense and sweating. No, I just want to get the job done. And there is a whole lot in my head to put out. I don't want to bother about, I rushed in and I'm catching my breath while I'm doing the show. That's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Not me. Okay, so let's say good morning to the young man. Those of you on Instagram will see him. Hey, man, how you doing? And why are you finding your face like, I don't understand. What's happening to you?
Nothing happened to me. I'm okay. It's good to be here.
Okay. So how was the game yesterday? Manchester United going away to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace have been losing 4 straight games. They've lost, and all of a sudden, I mean, Manchester United were on the road. They were on the road for the 10th game on the run. Game number 10, victory number 10. And it looked like it was on the card already. Let's see, with Fraser was playing. I don't understand. When people keep saying that Arsenal should start with Fraser, I'm like, would I not rather go get Nicolas Pepe, know that I have him in my team? Zaha is so useless. But hey, I mean, it's a big fish in a small pond. But long and short, Olise came out with a wonder. This was the sound of the pain that Manchester City felt. So let's get our sound in, okay, on the show this morning.
Palace, and it's over the wall. It's absolutely spectacular. Selhurst Park erupts, and Palace have surely got themselves a point thanks to a moment of genius from Mykhailo Olise. Magnificent. That is that. And listen to the roar. Erik and Manchester United were close to get another win. But this feels like a very important point for Crystal Palace. And Mykhailo Olise delivered.
Benedict, I come back to you. That sound was the sound that destroyed the hope for 10 straight win, 3 points, going into Arsenal, cutting the lead, getting into second, for the very first time, rising above Manchester City in the second half of the league. Since 2015, Manchester United have never been above Man, even if for one day, in the second half of the league. And that was a chance, the first chance to do it. Remember, Man City is a free scoring side. They've got plus 28 goals. Guess who also got plus 28 goals? Arsenal. Now, having said that, Mykhailo Olise goal that he did not celebrate, that he was standing and frowning his face and acting like he wanted to cry, doing his face like Benedict, I don't know why, was, for me, if I score a late goal like that, and I used to know how to whip in a few free kicks back in the day, if I score a free kick like that, I'll run the full length of the field. I don't care. I'll do an Adebayo or probably Thierry Henry or something. But I'll be crazy and excited because free kick, as easy as it looks, people even miss penalty, not about free kick. So it's very, very difficult to raise the ball, bend it over the wall, and keep it looping. And this one was turning on its own. The ball was just turning on its own, and it went into the net, hit the upright, came down, and boom, in the net. Now, my question is, that moment happened. Another moment happened in the game where Casemiro got a yellow card, a fifth yellow card of the season, meaning he's going to miss the game against Arsenal. But let's not forget that in September, when they beat Arsenal 3-1, Casemiro was not on the squad. So it's not like, oh, Casemiro doesn't play, then the world end. What really happened was that Thomas Partey didn't play for Arsenal. And Arsenal's excuse is that if Thomas Partey had played that game, they would not lose. Well, this season, they've not lost any game that Thomas Partey was playing, whether in Europe or anything, in any competition. So my question is, which is a lot more hurtful? The free kick conceded, the goal conceded to make it 1-1 and stop them from going, was supposed to be, there were 9 points, was supposed to 6 points clear, 6 points behind, and then 2 points over Man City, or Casemiro's yellow card that means he will not play against Arsenal on Sunday. Which one is more painful? And you guys out there, you can join in on the conversation and tell me what you think. But let me go to Benedict first. Benedict, what do you think?
I think very lovely question. I think I'm going to go with the goal, the conceit of the sports. And also, I think my favorite celebration is actually not celebrating. Navigator was just going to score against Watford. Was surprised he scored that kind of screamer and he didn't celebrate. But I think it's that goal that they conceded at that point in time, because if you look at it, if they have gotten 3 points here and lost to Arsenal, between those two games they've gotten 3 points. If they got 1 point here and lost to Arsenal, in the same time where they could have gotten 3 points, they got only 1 point. So I think considering that goal, which is why in quotes non-Arsenal fans are not interested in the invisible time, because there were so many draws in between that period.
A lot of draws.
So that's the
one is 87 points. Come on.
So yeah, I think
you'll not make top 4 77 points.
So I think considering that one, the sport has got to be, because Mykhailo Mudryk himself was surprised, but that was it. And you also have to know that their goalkeeper is actually bad at set pieces, so free kicks, penalties. It's not really the best of it these days.
And a lot of people start talking about, oh, Mykhailo Olise. I mean, every time I hear people say, this is the first time Olise has actually impressed me, because every time Crystal Palace are playing, I also look, let me go watch this Mykhailo Olise himself, and let me see why they think the Super Eagles made him. And I go watch him, I was like, oh, this is a small picking football he plays. No, it's not there yet. Does he have potential? Yes. Is he got talent? Yes. But there are just some things about, he reminds me of the Alex Iwobi that I didn't like. Every time he holds the ball, he's doing his hand like this. Like, his teammates know they will move. So why is he doing his hand like that? That breaks his momentum most of the time.
I think it's just signal to them.
Don't signal. Play the ball. Yeah, a coach said this. So this thing happened to me one time. I went to you, got the ball. I tried to always wait for the strikers to be there. That's how my head is. Like, if I don't see you, I'm not going to play the ball. And the coach called me and said, come. So this is what you do. You are a wide player. When you get to the position I have marked on this book, on this paper for you to cross the ball, these are your dotted line. This to this place, you must cross the ball. When you get to the final, maybe the last 2 or 3 ones, cross the ball. Don't hold on to the ball and try to dribble. And I was trying to justify. I used to argue. Like, I could argue, like, and it's like, hey, boy, you know, the player, there was nobody there. And he said to me, what you're doing is creating a problem for you after doing all the good job that I asked you to do. If you cross the ball in 3 times and the strikers that are supposed to be there are not there, then I will face them. I cannot decide to substitute them, go look for another striker that can be there based on my tactical instructions. But if you get the ball there and you're dribbling, these guys will not run because they know that every time you get there, you will not cross, you will dribble. So I think that Mykhailo Olise, as much as I agree this has got potential, maybe my standards are too high. And a lot of people say that to me, that my expectation of players are very, very high. But the truth is, I've seen better players. And I've coached a lot of better players as well, even at just local level. So for people to think that that Olise guy will come into the Super Eagles, and I was asking a guy, okay, if he comes to the Super Eagles, what position is he going to play? Who is he going to bench? And Alex, he will be the number 10 position. Like, he can't go play number 10 position for Crystal Palace. He wants to come and play number 10 for Super Eagles. So is Crystal Palace better than Super Eagles? You know, but what's your own young kid, you follow football, this is your generation, Olise is your generation. What's your take on Mykhailo Olise?
Some players they just might be behind because they're not in the club they might be, and I feel like that's justified to every player. I
Wait,
think,
wait, wait. I don't understand. Now in the club they might be. So why is he supposed to be playing Real Madrid?
no, I'm not saying Real Madrid, but he might not be in the club he's meant to be. There are a lot
So
of players that
what club is he supposed to be?
if he gets better, he could get a better move.
No, I don't understand. What
I wasn't
club?
particularly safe for Mykhailo Olise.
Talk about Olise. I ask you a question about Olise. Don't take me to.
So
I won't buy Gary. You they tell me say that they sell fufu for that.
So
I tell you say they sell fufu.
no.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like Mykhailo Olise is. My point was his quality for the club he's playing for. That was the point I was trying to drive in. Because if you look at him and Erik is their powerhouses for Crystal Palace, where Crystal Palace are on their day with Osudi Edwards in the squad, they don't have to get the job done. I think he was gonna fit into the Spiders role, although a lot of competition. He can also bench Jaribo, even though he's not getting game time. Even if Jaribo doesn't play for the next 20 games, I think once he steps into the Spiders camp, there's no Michael Olise going to take him out. But I think it's good quality for most national teams, maybe Nigeria, but to get into his team is going to be hard for him.
Okay. Thank you very much. You say it's going to be hard for him. Let me go to the people out there. So, where do you stand? The goal, which is harder. Johnny Gaffa is here, so he's a Man United guy, even though he's in London. I think I get that right now. Where do you stand here as a Man United fan? The yellow card, which one is more hot for the yellow card or the goal that you considered very late into that game and then you couldn't go forward to go get another one? And then on the day that Marcus Rashford didn't score, Man United didn't win. What do you stand on that one? But while we're looking at all of that, let's look at some stories. The other day, yesterday, somebody said that I promised to give you guys some deals that have been hijacked, and I did not give it. So I should bring it back, and then also, so I'm going to hijacked deals, and Chelsea would always be in that conversation because if Chelsea was not a football club, they obviously would be kidnapping. My brother here wouldn't like it. Emmanuel Yorokiri, like friend of your business. If the Chelsea system is built around kidnapping, always being envious and jealous of what other people have and wanting to be like other people. So anything that, especially Arsenal, anything that Arsenal is going for is what they want. But let me give you a rundown of some of the names that I have and stories around them. Okay, Leon held talks with Feyenoord for Malaysia in the summer of 2022 and negotiated a fee of £13 million upfront plus £2 million of add-ons. The left back agreed to a 5-year contract with Lyon, and transfer guru Fabrizio Romano even gave the deal his "here we go" treatment. But Manchester United hijacked the deal at the 11th hour, offering Feyenoord a guaranteed 15 million with a potential further 2 million in add-on. The Ligue 1 side raised their offer by 1 million, only for Malaysia to inform them that he had chosen to join Manchester United. If we don't have the means to recruit, we can't bring in players of that level. Generally speaking, whatever their love for Lyon might be, Lyon General Director Vincent Postnot said. So it is not a case of having the means, but I'm going to be very clear. The institution is always stronger than any player. Sometimes there are demands. That's how it is in the world of football. That can't be made. It is true that it can sometimes collapse deals, but we want a left back and we'll find a good left back. If it is not Malaysia, it is someone else. I think the president, Jean-Michel Olise, is happy to be able to sleep soundly at night and not see the police show up in the morning. Likewise for me. I can't say everything it should have been signed on Tuesday is still not being completed, but ask yourself one question. He still hasn't signed, but for us, it is over because the club's integrity is more important. We are proud for the working for the club like this. And when you translate French language to English, that's what you get. Now, that's funny. You know why? You know why that is funny? That's not sound like the excuses that Arsene Wenger used to give Arsenal fans when a deal that he already, like the media had already announced, and everybody think that this player is going to Arsenal. And I can name a lot: Juan Mata, right? Philip, Mykhailo, Didi Drogba, Cristiano Ronaldo, Luis Suarez, the 50+1 offer, who gives Zlatan Ibrahimovic, a whole lot. And then you find out that at the end of the season, Arsenal will go and sign Silvestri, will go and sign the wanted player from either Chelsea or Manchester United, even when Manchester United is taking, or Chelsea is taking our best players, i.e. Ashley Cole to Chelsea, Robin Van Persie to Manchester United. But it's funny, when that thing happened, the excuse that they come out to give. And this January, Arsenal is looking like that as well. And that's why I said Arteta and Edu does not have a history of signing players in January. They are summer signers. But definitely, Arsenal didn't make the top four last season because Arsenal didn't sign in January. And I'm expecting that they will learn a lesson from it, especially based on the fact that last summer, Arsenal were in stealth mode. They did all their transfer. Before you would even know, before you think about it, Arsenal had signed a player. Gabriel is in. Zinchenko is coming. And, before you even settle down, before Chelsea would come and hijack, or anybody would set up their jack to hijack it, the deal is already done. The Dominica in America, the Dominica here and there, and the whole thing is gone smoothly. The one that nobody even saw coming was Fabio Vieira. Everybody was looking at one player. Fabio Vieira signed just number 21. What we saw. So I thought that was the same mood that they were going to go into. And one player that I thought Arsenal was going to sign is Palmaris Danilo, who's now gone to Nottingham Forest. I thought they were going to sign him, even though he's had a poor last year when he didn't make the World Cup squad. He just, fell off the wagon. But I thought that Arsenal would have revived him. I'm also not a fan of having too many the same nationals in one club. So you have Gabriel Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, Fabio Vieira, Gabriel Magalhaes. That's four. That's just about enough anyway. Especially the possibility that we might have other Portuguese.
Marquinhos on the bench too.
That I've mentioned him. So if you look at other, and Fabio Vieira is Portuguese and Brazilians are Portuguese, this similarity. I don't want to have a repeat of Wolves or the Watford, and then we get relegated. But having said that, let's mention another name, David Silva, the twinkle toe, fleet-footed midfielder that played for Man City and led them to greatness. The legend, an icon at Manchester City. But listen to this: after 10 successful years at Manchester City, Silva looked to set up to sign for Lazio. Actually had a deal in place, on a free transfer in 2020 after the medical was scheduled in Rome. But the Spain international reportedly ignored phone calls from Serie A club before signing a 2-year contract with Real Sociedad instead. Damn, that's mean. That's bitchy stuff, because that's what girls do. After they tell you, send me money for Uber, or send me money for wig, or send me money for this. Well, I didn't belong to that generation. If you know me very well, I never had to deal with that. Okay, I didn't belong to that generation. You send the money and then
are you happy or not?
I had a good time if I got married. So I don't know. So I'm not the kind of person that kind of thing would happen to. So somebody was complaining something similar to me some time ago, and I told him it's the kind of girls that you hang out with. I'm not the kind of guy that kind of thing will happen to. I think that I know humans well enough. When people that are hanging around me, I know them. Before you get to the point where you now have to depend. First off, I was raised by a mother who would make you understand that never get attached to anything you can't walk away from. So I'm not I'm not a lover man. In the quotes, I'm not the kind of guy that you would have served a breakfast, because I got my breakfast served pretty early, very, very early. And after that, I knew it was never going to happen again. And it never happened again, because my emotions is not in it. It's just a game as far as, and it's fine like that. Okay, so this is a continuation of the story. I learned about the receiver transfer to Real Sociedad. Lazio sporting director Igli Tare Ijoman said in a statement on the official website. It's always the story after the fake transfer that is always getting me laugh. I have great respect for the player, but not for the man. Who's the player? Who's the man? That thing that he said is just funny. Okay, now let's talk about the Markham. Markham, this one is not even a good player, like say Sabi play ball. So that this guy can ghost people is still surprising me. But that ghosting that the receiver did, Lazio will never forget it in their life. They might not even sign any Spanish player again. Okay, this one is Markham. Markham was ready to join Roma in 2018 after the Italian side confirmed that an agreement had been reached. And you know when a club comes out to confirm something, like they know that they've done all their bits. Oh God, and it doesn't work. That's egg in the face. Okay, confirmed an agreement had been reached with Bodo. Okay, Roman fans were waiting for his arrival at the airport, but they were left disappointed when the winger failed to turn up. Barcelona had intervened in the 11th hour and made the Liga side a bigger offer, prompting them to pull out of the deal with Roma. But at the end of the day, he didn't do well for Barcelona. It was shit. Okay? Actually, the Roman gods cost him. I thought that would fire you. Your career will never go injury, will continue to haunt you. Even when he came to Italy, didn't do a kind of rap. Okay, sporting director, now this is the part that I like. Roma sporting director Monchi threatened legal action against Bordeaux, while Malcolm's agent said the U-turn was revenge. Like, you can never get this anywhere. Like in revenge, after the Italian club used a different agent to sign one of his other clients, goalkeeper Daniel Fuzzato. So this thing was cooked up, set up, premeditated in law. That's what they call it. Those of you read law, yeah, I remember you know. This was a premeditated murder. This will not be accident. It's not manslaughter. It's not self-defense. This was premeditated. Say you do me, Abi. This was a toddler of motion in motion. Yeah. Like you do me, no problem. I will get to you. Revenge is best served when served cold. Yeah. So they serve them. You know, when you play tennis with somebody who is hyper, they loop the ball, they give her the looper, they carry her up. They smash in there. Oh, they smash it on their face. But let's bring this guy, Pogansky. This one was one that we read. This was not the days of the internet. This was one that we read in magazine, like Shoot Magazine and the rest of them. And this one probably happened like 4 years before we even knew, 4 or 5 years before we start seeing the story of magazines. And it's incredible. And for those are the people of my generation and who were, opportune enough to travel and come back. Okay, this is how the story went. In 1998, Gascoigne was regarded as the most exciting prospect in England. And Manchester United were keen on bringing him to Old Trafford. And as I said, they don't do you this thing to Amaka disappointing him. Seriously. He said, we spoke to him the night before I went on holiday. Sir Alex Ferguson said. He said, go and enjoy yourself, Mr. Ferguson. I'll be signing for Manchester United. So I went on my holidays, But Martin Edwards, the chairman, rang and said, I've got some bad news. He signed for Tottenham. Holy moly. Of all clubs to ditch Manchester United for Tottenham Hotspur. Are you sick? No wonder you're looking sick anyway. Sports chairman Ivan Scholar had managed to change Gascoigne's mind by offering to buy a 120,000 house for his parents and crucially a sunbed for his sister. Look at all of this. But you know that Alex Ferguson also used this move later against Spurs when he signed David Beckham. David Beckham is a London boy, caught in between the family of Spurs fans and Man United. He had to employ his dad to be a scout because the rule in England is there is a distance. Anything more than 2 hours drive, you cannot sign a player for your team. They had to get his mother to work in their canteen and then get his dad, who's not a scout, to work as a backroom scouting staff and then move them to Manchester. That's how they signed. If not, it would have gone to Spurs. But hey, let's enjoy this one. Leave the one that they did later first. Let's enjoy it. If that one is part of the story, we'll do it. Where did I stop? Sunbed for the sister. What's that? This is often considered a sliding doors moment in Gaza's life amid a school of thought that Fergie would have been able to straighten out his off-the-field problems. Gaza is less than convinced. Well, I don't know, because this is what Gaza tweeted. He said, Alex Ferguson says, it would have been different if I had signed for United. Well, Rio did a runner from a drug test. Cantona two-footed some cunt. Rooney shagged a fucking granny. And Giggs shagged his brother's fucking wife. Not be me when I say Twitter, I say it right up for the tweet. So he's telling everybody that, look, if you think Alex Ferguson sabi repair people life, look at the people under their life go bembe, our cannot go straight. You know, cannot they go bembe. You don't know that thing I'm saying, but I think your mom will know it. If you grew up in Warri, you know that. Now the biggest of the biggest. This one, I had it 3 hours plus sit down with this guy. Some week ago, and it was a fun guy. Yeah, I've always seen him as a snob, as a very rude person, and I told him that like I've always thought you.
See, Manuel?
No.
Okay.
Which Emmanuel is?
No.
Which Emmanuel?
I think you figure it eventually.
No, I don't know. Which Emmanuel?
Adebayo?
No, Emmanuel is a good guy. I met him. I met Emmanuel like 4 times. Emmanuel Adebayo is not a rude guy. He's a good guy. He's just a very confident guy who's gone through life, who's been rejected plenty of times, who's been abandoned, who's been treated badly, and he's not protecting himself. Emmanuel is my kind of guy. He's like me. You know, from afar, you think I'm a snob. You get to know me, okay? You know, the thing about the world is that when you're disciplined, people think that you're snobbish because they want you to be able to be in a place where they can rub you on the floor like a mopping stick. Okay, but this guy, John Obi Unchekube Mykhailo Obi was presented. This only he had the shirt, he wore the shirt, he was wearing a ring in his hand, a black wristwatch. He was, there was water in front. You know that thing that they do now when they're presenting a player in press conference. There was everything. The Nike Manchester United shirt, sponsors, everybody was there. And Mykhailo Obi was sitting in the press conference. He was laughing, he was feeling good. Oh, that one I wash. We can pass a marker. It is a point passing PC and PDP put together. Peter Obi need to have to come and save him. Hey, Mika was presented as Manchester United player in a press conference back in 2005, only for Chelsea to claim that they had already had an agreement with the player's agent. United asked the Premier League to launch an investigation into the matter, and a year-long legal battle ensued between English giants, Manchester United, and Chelsea. Okay, at the end of the day, the Red Devils eventually agreed to terminate their agreement with and the Blues got their man, though they had to pay their rivals 12 million in compensation. Now, the one thing you need to understand with this is there's no talk about it, but one thing you need to understand with this, Mykhailo Obi is on record as the only player to transfer from Manchester United to Chelsea without ever playing for Manchester United, without ever being registered as a Manchester United player officially. But there was a transfer fee paid for him to move from Manchester United. The shortest way from Lyn Oslo to Chelsea was to first land at Manchester United, go through the court case and arbitration and all that, and then pay 12 million, and then you play for Chelsea. But then the result vindicated him because subsequently all the titles that he won and everything meant, well, prodigious talent always come at a price. Well, Emmanuel Petit, some of you guys will remember France 98. The last goal of that competition was scored by this man, Emmanuel Petit, and the goal was described as made in Arsenal by Arsene Wenger because it was a pass for Patrick Vieira to Emmanuel Petit that brought about the goal. But what you guys don't understand was this guy could have been playing for Tottenham Hotspur. Okay, this is what happened. Emmanuel Petit traveled to London ahead of a potential transfer to Tottenham in 1997. Meeting with the chairman then, his name was Alan Sugar. I'm sure you guys would remember that guy. That's where my guy, Ayolu, that ball got the sugar thing from. Okay, Spurs even paid for the taxi. Have you ever given a girl money and took your money and go and sleep in another boy's house? Think about it. It's a town hall meeting. There was a town hall. Spurs even paid for the taxi to drive him back to his hotel. But the midfielder decided to take a detour with that taxi, with that money, that Uber that the boy ordered. They decided to take a detour after hearing about Arsenal's interest. Tottenham put the contract on the table for me. I needed a couple of days to think about it, but they didn't expect what happened after that. Petit told the Daily Mirror in 2018, when the cab came, it took me straight to Arsene Wenger's house. It was the first time I met David Dean, and Tottenham paid for the cab to help me sign for Arsenal. It's part of legend now. Come on. What could be a lot more heartless? Anything things that not happen in football, it is, according to my Ghanaian people. Well, for these ones that I've said, which one is more ruthless and more heartless?
This last one, I think if I was Spurs, I'll collect my money back. Even if it's £2 that you used to go to Greenland Gate 1 to Greenland Gate 2, I don't care. Because I think that's really mean. That's really mean. You use our money to go sign, and then there's this kind of there's two scenarios. You could go to Arsenal and become a flop, and then you could go to Arsenal and become a legend. And then if you go and become a flop, then Spurs will be like, this is our
We
luck.
dodged the bullet.
Then-
Rafinha in Barcelona, right?
Exactly. And then he go to Arsenal and then he becomes something. I think this
Legend.
last
He
one,
became a legend.
I think this last one is one of the most.
I be Wicked and I be John Wick.
Yeah.
I see they pay them. You
Yes,
just
it
with
does.
us.
But John Mikel's one is also because John Mikel was one that was put out to press the most because
Yeah.
everybody knew that was going to happen. It's like
You know, at that time, I thought they were going to ban Mykhailo Mudryk. One is a black boy. I wasn't expecting it. I was scared. Like, this guy has done well for us, you know. Jesus Christ. But
yeah,
it's Mykhailo Mudryk.
Yeah,
Child of destiny.
Because you look at it when it's the press, just like throwing an egg off and you think it won't break.
But what of the guy that told Salah said, "No worry, go holiday. The other side for you. It's a deal."
That one is.
It was Salas.
That one is.
But
Like,
Alex
personal
Ferguson,
reasons.
but Alex Ferguson did worse when he signed Roy Keane. That story, I hope he's here. If he's not here, I'm going to bring it up. I'll bring the Roy Keane story up. Roy Keane was to sign for Blackburn Rovers. You know why he did sign? On Friday, there was no biro in the office.
Hey.
I don't know what kind of office is that they cannot come down and buy biro from it. That's why I don't like advanced country. Your country needs to have a little bit of underdevelopment. You have to go to Mommy Sharon's shop or Mama Ejiru's shop. Tell them when they give biro. Or tell the neighbor in the other office to bring biro.
Yeah.
How can a whole club office, coach office, not get biro? I'm going to tell you a story. Like that story was a joke, was a story forever. And then another craziest transfer was the transfer of Erik Cantona from Leeds United to Manchester United. That's a story we'll talk about one day on this show. But let me go on and talk about this Real Madrid legend. Alfredo Di Stefano comes next. After that, I'm going to tell you about Roy Keane. Now, I'm sure I'm going to tell you about that. Alfredo Di Stefano won 8 league titles and 5 European Cups at Real Madrid. But things could have even been very, very different. The forward had agreed to join Barcelona in 1953. So you see where that rivalry, that hatred came from? Okay. And he even played in a pre-season friendly in this Obado. But the Scottish Football Association blocked the transfer due to issues over his registration rights. Okay, with the transfer on hold, Madrid took advantage of the uncertainty and agreed a deal with Colombian side Millonarios. Okay, Di Stefano would be allowed to play 4 years in the country, 2 seasons with Real and 2 campaigns with Barcelona on an alternating basis. Understand this? But everything changed. This is football. This whole hijacking answer that they're blaming Chelsea. This thing has been there since forever. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Murphy Jemba used to say that because goats, they shop grass. Don't be say lion, not go shop the goat too. So the goat not shop my children, it not disturb me. No, lion go shop am. It's a dog-eat-dog world. My brother will say, so you have to be ready. Be eat or be eaten. There is no middle ground in the conversation, right? Let's continue. The humiliated Barca president was forced to resign, and the interim board ripped up the contract, freeing Di Stefano to join Real for a small fee. Sometimes anger will make you sell your birthright, and that's exactly what happened. Because I still would have enjoyed the part to say, okay, play 2 years here and play 2 seasons here, and then we decide for that. But me, let them first have their first 2 seasons, and then after we'll have our 2 seasons, because you never know what's coming. But hey, they refused that one and see what it turned out to be. Now, let us register this one. This one is crazy. Roy Keane announced that he would leave Nottingham Forest after their relegation in 1993, agreeing personal terms with Blackburn Rovers. The coach then was Kenny Dalglish. Okay, tried to get the paperwork through late on Friday afternoon, but the Elwood Park office had closed for the weekend, and there was not a single pen to get this deal signed on paper so that it can be faxed through the weekend to the FA. And somehow, on the following Monday, hearing of this delay, Manchester United manager Sir Alex Ferguson called Keane and convinced him to renege on his gentleman agreement with Dalglish The rest, as they say, is history. Okay, this is what was written about it. Okay, Empire of the Cup tweeted this. It's a great story from Rekin about Kenny Dalglish, a man who does not appreciate someone going back on their word. Okay, very, very good. Now let's talk about Willian a little bit. Willian that's playing for Fulham now. Okay, Tottenham thought the Jesus, Tottenham doesn't suffer like Arsenal. Or this is not London clubs, now they suffer. Tottenham thought they had won the race to sign Willian from Anzi Machascala in 2013, and the winger even completed his medical, like he did it, Tottenham medical. Oh boy. Oh, long. What if I'm voting for that fella? Long. This one is hard. But Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich used his contact in Russia to hijack the deal while Willian was still at Tottenham's training ground.
So we'll see something worse now. We'll see something worse. This is
so there's a guy that I grew up in the same neighborhood with. I coached him, I managed him as a player. His name is Benga Otuye. Benga Lawani, but we'll call him Benga Otuye. Okay. There's this thing he used to say. He said, I now go fit train fowl finish. When the fowl begin lay egg, another person going to shop up. And the reason why he says that is when we're having a conversation, I was like, hey, can you train a girl, send a girl that you are dating to university while you are playing this ball or you are hustling? He said, no, if the girl I want marry will be graduate, make it papa and mama don't train her finish. That's why I go pay bright price. Because I'm not going to fit buy fowl, the train fowl, another person they shop the egg. It's not a larger boy. And that parable, kind of like, when people say something and it's very, very instructive, it kind of like made me not to be too attached to certain kind of people or certain things in life because I don't want to deal with that. But this is painful, right? This is painful. But then power trumps most of the time. And to go further on the story, then we're going in the van on the way, get to the training center, Kia. Okay, Jurabiachan, my agent, is already down there waiting. I thought it was weird. It was already at the door. Willian told Brazilian TV show Rasenha in 2018. Then I got out of the van. He said, we have a problem. I said, oh, what happened? Then he said, Chelsea made an offer. I said, so make do. I'll get back in the van. You make do and I'll go to Chelsea. I will not sign with Tottenham. I stayed there for 8 hours in the training center. Tottenham's director said, I'm going to report you to FIFA, this and that, and fans here in England will boo you, this and that. He threatened person come from favela for Brazil. It's like telling Warren boy, say, I'm going to do you this or that. Like, you're not talk finish. I kind of smelling my boy. I stayed, and then they made up a lot of things. I got stuck there for 8 hours. Then I left and went straight to meet the Chelsea people to sort out the details aside. Jesus Christ, man. This is happened. Moussa Sissoko, Everton looks set to sign Sissoko after matching Newcastle's United 30 million violation in 2016 and had a private jet, private jet ready to take him to Merseyside. So I have a private jet story of this guy that sang this song. Wake up, what's his name? Kiss Daniel. Yeah, I have a private jet story of him that can last a lifetime. When the time is right, I'll tell because I was involved. $15,700. When I go slap that Kiss Daniel, when I go beat Kiss Daniel, that story is a story for another day. We'll talk about it another day. But I just like his music anyway. No matter how bad it's done, I won't lie. I love his music. I'm not really a lover, a listener of many Nigerian music, but that guy, it's good. It's good. I'm waiting for him to pick awards.
These days, I don't like him. I think I liked when he released this Baba track. Oh yeah, come let's calculate Baba when he initially came out.
Every of his song is a hit.
Yeah, every of his song is a hit.
Kiss Daniel like Kiss Daniel, Timaya, Two-Face Idibia. There are about 4 or 5 Nigerians who don't have a bad album. Burna Boy don't have a bad song. They don't have a bad song. Davido, you can put Davido in that mix too. They don't have a bad song.
This guys, album wasn't that a hit, so
the songs are not bad. No, the song was overshadowed by the death of the son and so many of those drama. But hey, Those guys don't have a bad song. So when you're good in your craft, sometimes even if I don't like you, I have to respect you. So it's the rule. I mean, if I don't like your behavior, well, you're not living with me every day in the house, so that's not my business. I know you as a musician, so I'm going to judge you as a musician. Like when people say, "Oh, never have bad character," I'm not be your girlfriend, I'm not your wife. It's not my. We're not working in the same office. He's a footballer. He's one of the greatest footballers. I told one guy one forum that I was in 4 days ago, and I said, "See, all Africans have no right to criticize Neymar. The whole footballers that have come out of Africa, there's no one that's better than Neymar." The guy was looking great. I said, "Shut up. You're legends. There are only 3 legends that have come out of Africa: George Pongwe, Samuel Eto'o, Didier Drogba." Okay, so add your Tori to that conversation. All of these guys.
Eventually said your man. Eventually.
Maybe it's almost there. It's almost there. But those 4, those ones are on the Mount Rushmore, right? None of them can lace the boot of Neymar. So if you talk of he's rolling on the floor, he's feigning injury, he's doing parties, say all the things you want to say, but at the end of the day, when you want to judge his football, man, show some respect, man. Shut up. And don't talk about Neymar like you're talking of some roadside guys. Or talk about Suarez and you talk about him like you're talking of some roadside mechanic Casemiro on the roadside or one guy from Okotukupa. No, that's not it. So that's just the way I see it anyway. Let's come back to this one. Everton looks set to sign Sissoko, blah, 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 blah. But Tottenham swooped in and lured the midfielder away from Goodison Park with a sensational last-minute bid in deadline day. Sissoko reportedly switched his phone off to avoid calls from Ronald Koeman while completing his move to wider.
I think Spurs have got team one back now. So
they got one back.
They should be happy.
That's what I love it because I followed this story from beginning. Chelsea started selling replica shirts with the name of this player on the back. If you're a Chelsea fan, you should know this story. And the player never played for you guys. Okay? They started selling shirts with the name and number of this player on the back. Okay? They made money at least without even spending money before the deal was done. But they were left with eggs on their faces as Manchester City wanted to make a marquee signing after Sheikh Mansour takeover in 2008 and managed to sign the attacker with a £32.5 million. Who do you think I'm talking about?
A hint.
He's a Brazilian.
Okay.
He likes to do leg over. He likes to play a lot on the ball. If you know, and tell me who you think I'm talking about.
Brazilian.
He's a Brazilian. He's a very small boy. His head is like a small coconut.
What has nothing ring to my head? Man City.
Yes, the Brazilian.
Oh.
He plays with a smile on his face.
I don't remember. Right
oh man.
Fernandinho?
Which Fernandinho? Fernandinho is a gentleman. He's a nice guy. It's not the kind of guy that would do this kind of thing. Robinho. Yeah, Robinho. He later played for Real Madrid, played for AC Milan, played everywhere. But this guy, let's just see how badly. Yes, on the last day of transfer, Chelsea made a good offer for me personally and good for Real Madrid, and it was accepted. Robinho said before someone pointed out his mistake. Chelsea, no, Manchester, sorry. Okay.
Well, they did the similar thing to Mudryk. They changed their Instagram bio to his Instagram page. They did everything possible before the deal had gone through. So they're the kings of this now.
So let me go back to one that stayed in my head back in the day anyway. Didi Hamann. I'm not sure you know this guy. Didi Hamann is a player for Liverpool. I think at one time he won the captain's armband. He's a good servant of Liverpool. Okay, this is what happened. Hamann spent 7 years at Liverpool, but his spell at Bolton didn't last as long. Okay. Only a day after signing for the Trotters in July 2006, the club released a statement that the German international had since had a change of heart and would be joining a different club after signing. Okay. Speaking to Hamann in the TalkSport studios years later, former Bolton chairman Phil Gatside said, "What you never realized was that we never actually countersigned the papers and just put them in the drawer. That's an administrative mistake. Shouldn't happen. But that happens a lot. I don't know. The guy don't come down. Just keep it anytime we sign. Okay. The next thing we know, okay, you came along and told us you'd got this opportunity to go to Manchester City. So we actually sold you without actually signing you. Did you know that we got £400,000 from Manchester City for a player we never actually signed, and that's the truth." So when we talk about you want to do why you then they do fraud, I leave you to judge. I leave you to judge on this. Business is the same everywhere. People are
Everywhere.
brutal. People take opportunities. People seize the moment. And that's exactly what happened with that. That's the lessons learned from that. I'm going to read all these messages, guys. I'm just, giving you guys the stories as it happens. Now, having said that, let me take you through the transfer rumors and gist that are going on. And I still ask the question, which one, if you're a Manchester United fan, which one is more hurtful? Because I think that as a Manchester United fan, you would be okay if you draw against Crystal Palace and beat Arsenal. You say in the season where Arsenal was doing the unbeaten, Arsenal draw, home and away against them. They didn't beat Man United. Again, in this season, if this happened to be the season where Arsenal comes back after 19 years and win the title, you say, even though they came back and won the title, that season we did the double against them. Now you've lost Casemiro, who seemed to be a 70 million pounds greatest investment, like the Robin Van Persie 30 million pounds signing, and now you lost him against Arsenal. What if Arsenal go and beat Man United 5-0? I'm just saying. Man United fans will not like me for this anyway. But I mean, Arsenal can do anything right now. But I'm just saying. And now they didn't go and score a hat-trick because there's nobody really to track him. Because what Casemiro does is, beside playing in that midfield and helping to set the runners free, he easily drops down into the 18-yard box. I think he picks more ball, he fetches more ball inside his own 18-yard box than any other player, apart from the centre backs. Okay, so that's a very, very big task. But then they won Arsenal earlier in the season without Casemiro.
I think it's just a chance for the McTominay and Fred to kind of prove to the manager that we can also play this kind of role he's playing and the kind of tactics.
They can play their own kind of football, not Casemiro kind of football. That thing that Casemiro does.
Yeah, I think even for Brazil,
ain't nobody trying.
For Brazil, they had an all-attacking, and he was the only one behind. I feel like even coming out to score that long goal eventually when they needed it, that's some class.
Yeah. So let's go to transfer rumor and see what the gist is here. Paris Saint-Germain were prepared to let France striker Kylian Mbappe, 24, join Liverpool last summer, but he rejected the potential. I know they're too small boys. I don't play for small boys. Let them be in their corner. Liverpool, my father might like them. I'm not my father. If he wants to play for Liverpool, he should go and listen. It's good. I play for old man Liverpool. But me, Real Madrid is the target. Yes, according to our service of God, heaven is our goal. Salvation is the road. That Real Madrid, me leave Paris Saint-Germain and go play for Liverpool. They can't even pay my salary. Yeah, that's me helping him to speak. Okay. Okay. West Ham have made an offer for Aston Villa's 30-year-old English striker Danny Ings with a view of strengthening their forward option. Does that mean that they're not going to sign a Nigerian player again? Thank God. Options as a relegation-threatened side struggle for goals. Okay, Arsenal will not be panicked. I knew that this kind of conversation was coming. Arsenal will not be panicked into buying in January after missing out on Ukraine winger Mykhailo Mudryk, 22, to Chelsea, and are prepared to wait until the summer before going in for West Ham's England midfielder Declan Rice. Arsenal fans, there goes your title race. Title is over. Let's focus on the top four. Okay. West Ham tried to sign England defender Harry Maguire, 29, on loan, but their move was rejected by Manchester United, who say, shoo, get out of here. Yeah, get out of here. We don't want you. We are now in the title race. We cannot afford to take this. But thank you very much, Crystal Palace, for making them know that they are not in the title race. Their place is in the top four. Okay. Erik Ten Hag, who's keen to keep the club captain at Old Trafford for the rest of the season. For Manchester, boss Thomas Tuchel is ready to return to management and would be interested in taking over at Tottenham if Antonio Conte leaves the club. I mean, that guy is full of excuses. Antonio excuses Conte. Okay, Everton may be tempted to replace manager Frank Lampard, 44. Ivo Sinaramo with former boss David Moyes, 59. Despite the scarce position at West Ham being under threat with both clubs in the Premier League relegations, what's that? I don't understand. Moyes faces the sack at West Ham. If West Ham loses their Premier League relegation showdown against Everton at London Stadium on Saturday. Is this news not a tapping? So if Moyes wants to coach Everton, what Moyes needs to do is to set up his team in a way that they will lose, and then he get fired, and then Everton fired Frank Lampard. They don't pay compensation to West Ham. They get Moyes. He's a come out for free. Yes. I will call your brother.
So one game gets 2 managers sacked.
One game get 2 managers sacked and get 1 employed. So it's not really sacked. It's just.
But if Everton wins,
they shift from down floor flat to upstairs flat.
But since the Moyes is setting his team to lose, which means Everton might win and Everton might slow down the
The sack of Frank Lampard. No, they might still say, manager is available. Let's take him now before somebody else take him. Before Nottingham Forest Club 22, go and take him to the forest and then go and do some Yomoja things there in the forest. Tottenham have offered 30-year-old Brazil forward Luka Moura. That was in the play ball, whose contract at Spurs runs out in the summer to Everton. Everton, you want this guy? Come and take it. Ajax will never forget that guy. Manchester United have made an improved contract offer to 18-year-old Argentine Alejandra Garnacho amid interest from Real Madrid. That's good. His agent is using Real Madrid to bump up the pay. That £20,000 a week was not a good one. Nottingham Forest, aka Club 22, a PFA club, are in talks to sign Newcastle United New Zealand striker Chris Wood, 31, on loan with an option to buy. 31-year-old, you want to sign him on loan with an option to buy. 31-year-old, though, is this Zlatan Ibrahimovic or Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi? Well, Fulham have been linked with a £4 million move for striker Josh Meyer, 24, the London-born Nigerian forward who had a loan spell at Craven Cottage in 2021, has scored 21 goals in 19 appearances for Bordeaux in France League 2 this season. So it's time to step up a little bit and go and play with Madrid. Let's see if that will work. Chelsea and Manchester United are ready to rival Tottenham Hotspur in the signing of Brentford Spain goalkeeper David Raya, 27, this summer. Let's see that they go through as well. Tottenham have offered 30 million plus add-ons for Sporting Lisbon Spain defender Pedro Porro, 23. But the Portuguese club want them to meet the full release clause of £39 million, right? Atletico Madrid are set to sign Barcelona 28-year-old Netherlands forward Memphis Depay for $2.6 million. Listen, I don't care what football this boy plays. Whoever his agent is, this is the true and typical example. Now, these Nigerian small girls will buy 2 shirts and be saying buy one phone, say small girl, big God. This is the typical example of Ogbori boy, big God. Because the way he goes about getting his deal, now Manchester United here, when he left Manchester United, he went to Lyon. Yeah, you go to places, sign for Barcelona. How? Now he's going to go sign for Atletico Madrid. Jesus. What they do for you now? The same person they do for Arturo Vidal that year.
Arturo Vidal is class.
I know, but his agent, Juventus, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Inter Milan. Are you kidding me? Arturo Vidal. Cut so for me.
The best club in Brazil.
What are you saying? Arturo Vidal is just man. I mean, yeah. FC Copenhagen, I confirm negotiations with Leicester City over a transfer for 20-year-old Dennis Lemback, Victor Christiansen, but said a deal is not certain yet. Okay, Barcelona and Spain defender Sergio Busquets, midfielder, 24, has turned down a lucrative £17 million a year opportunity to join Cristiano Ronaldo in Saudi Arabia club Al Nassr to be shouting shukra. So I don't shook nothing. Nah.
Al Busquets.
I don't want to become Al Busquets. Nah. I don't want to wear black jacket. Nah, keep your shukra to your side. Let me say it in Spain. Gracias. Keep your shukra to your side. Ronaldinho's son, João de Assis Moreira, is having a trial at his father's former club, Barcelona. The problem with this 17-year-old boy is that everywhere he goes, he will be judged by his father's performance. Go and ask Johnny Cruyff what killed his career at Manchester United. Okay, Manchester United thought they were buying the reincarnate of Johan Cruyff, but then they bought a B2 instead of a Ferrari. Okay, a B2 with engine and tire. The 17-year-old Brazilian has so far failed to impress the coaching staff, but club president João Laporta has asked for him to be given more time. Okay, that's when your father's name opened doors for you. But you see, you have to do your own thing to stay inside that door. If not, the door will soon bring you out. Villarreal are favourite to sign Chilean striker Ben Brereton Diaz, 25, on a free transfer when his contract at Blackburn Rovers expires in the summer. Last summer, this guy was the guy everybody was talking about. Finally, he wants to go to Villarreal now. Blackpool are set to turn former Ipswich, Sunderland, and Wolves boss Mick McCarthy as their new manager following the dismissal of Michael Appleton on Wednesday. Yesterday, that sack was announced. So that's all the transfer gist that I have for you. Now let's talk about all the things that you guys have put there for me as well. Let's start with Instagram. Not too many one, yeah. Busayo Adejimo, my guy, say it's fun. Okay, thank God for that. Like you see, fun. Jason one, he said that free kick, the one by Michael Olise, was just terrific. I wonder why he didn't celebrate. I mean, I wanted to. I will celebrate that free kick because how many times do you get to celebrate that one? So the question I was asking, which one was more painful for Man United fan? The goal they considered late or the yellow card to Casemiro that makes him miss the Arsenal game? Sure boy Egwaji, he said it's the goal. But so I might say it's Ulise's body language that I didn't like. I think he's just satisfied for now with moments like yesterday's night. He needs to be consistent and work hard on the pitch every match day. You and me, we are on the same train, riding to the same direction on this one, but not that Kano train, not that train, not the Abuja Kano train. The Queen kidnap. The cost of that taking that train could be 3 million, 30 million to 300 million, depends on your family name. Jazza one, he said, well, as an Arsenal fan, I'm glad about the goal and the yellow card. Okay, the two make it for you. I am awesome, Shezi. He said, Jazza, you are already thinking about our game with you. Okay, that's a Man United. But talk about your own. Leave what another person talk. Stephen Oko says, for me, as an Arsenal fan, that Olise goal guy is word last night. Okay, God bless him for me. Bro, read that way you send again, I beg. Make I know whether na me no sabi read or you no sabi read. Step money 2. Can I still block this guy? Please, why have we not invited Ato Wosu and Owen Goodman? Make we no go lose them to other countries. Lose them now. You get too much. You won't go get the finish. Just always say Chelsea did something likewise to Spurs on the transfer of William. I don't read that one, bros. I know. Jazz or Chelsea, Nari kidnapper club. Yes, they be kidnapping. I know that some people will not like what I said, but it's true. Jazzo says it's Rubinho. Jumar Poor Resources Limited says Rubinho. And Akmas Baba says Rubinho. Musaya Nejima says Rubinho. See, you know all this thing with these people know. So these are OGs in the game of football. Rubinho. And Musaya the other they don't know say Italy don't wear Nike jersey. Okay, my country in Europe is Italy. Jazza one, he said, what's your prediction on the Arsenal versus Man United match? The game will last for 90 minutes plus at the time. That's my prediction. The referee in the middle. The VAR will be called upon. You want to know more? Arteta will be on the sideline giving drama. And what's it called? The coach of Manchester United, Erik don't hang. He go hang that day. Are you done? Are you okay now? OJ Templar, he said, based on soap cutting, the agent of Erik Maxim Choupo-Moting. I respect that guy. Me too. And even they find the guy. Many guys just call me my agent. If the guy agent me, nah. I will still sign another 2 years. That guy. I might even sign for Man United. Man United just decide, say, they just discover that I have something that when I come into the dressing room, just my presence in the dressing room make the players the day inspire. That's what this. That my signing is. They'll use a name to British press. They'll catch it. Manchester United made an inspiring signing. I might never play myself. just run out. One match, they'll do me like Nenny. They're not saying the referee don't put the whistle for my so just going. As I run, they go like this. They'll count the seconds. 1, 2, 3, 25. And I'm going to call it celebrate pass. Like say, I'm just going to winning goal on the day. Okay, on YouTube, Mr. Patrick, we'll not cross 10 o'clock. Everybody say good morning, boss. Good morning to you. He say, I am here today. I'm ready today. That's good. The new Revelation say good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Greg Okonji, good morning all the way from Melbourne, Australia. That's the same city that my sister is in with her husband and 3 lovely kids that she named all after me. And this allow I say good morning. Oh, I'm not really tell my sister I'm going to come out this country. I mean, I don't want to come out this country. Didn't Revelation say, Greg Okonji say, it's 7 p.m. over there. Now it should be 8 p.m. I guess. Okay. Didn't Revelation say, bros, waiting do your voice. Okay. I did sleep last night. I was dealing with some crisis in the house. My son, and so I didn't sleep. I'm still struggling. Johnny Gafai said, money that did you see what that Algerian done to Manila? I saw it. You're okay, man. I said, God, bros, that's my younger brother. That's my fine, handsome younger brother, the father of 4 lovely kids. Okay, big up, bros. Tell them, who no go, no. Here's the Patrick said, Johnny Gaffa, Algerian. Yes, he's Algerian now. You don't say Algerian. See this guy, he's Nigerian. So I want to take everything. He's Algerian, he's Nigerian. It's another country. He's eligible to play for about 4 countries. So that guy, Mykhailo Olise, and he says he's waiting for them to call him.
He's French as well.
He's French, yes, he can play for France. You go wait. Those that wait upon the Lord, not upon Algeria or France, they shall mount up with eagles. You walk away to there. Mykhailo Olise, you will change your name to Al Farouk Marak very soon. You have not seen anything. You have not seen anything. Oh God. There's a part you say Ijebo they want me to learn. And as senior bros, the guy is Greg Okonji, he said mighty Olise, he paid Misha as a United fan. Sorry. With my child. Sorry. Don't be vexing. Don't be vexing. Just go and punch 2 kangaroos and you will feel good. You feel relieved. Yeah, that's the right one. Thank you very much for that one. You will feel. See, I'm telling you, you will feel relieved. Your whole body system will be good. As Patrick say, I'm going to Instagram. I want to see Benedict face. Okay. As Patrick say, football is played with the brain, heart, and feet. Hand not follow. Sometimes they use hand to ask Maradona. It won't be. He gonna dance ballet. It won't be honest. You know that it invests me. He want to play football. Jesus. People say, I hate the boy. And then they praise him. And it's much less I play, but they'll say me in the prison. Just prison. And one footballer family member that called me, say you are making me feel depressed. I said, I'm saying those people play football because everybody they play football are depressed people. Yeah. Football is for depressed people. If na 9 they feel depressed, when don't play professional level, he's in the wrong profession. He should go and be working in the hospital as a nurse or be flushing toilets or be doing agbeko, something. Agbeko people they carry shit. Go do that. That'll be say me, my analysis for radio. They make his brother they feel depressed. You know what's that? Leo there says boss Borgiorno. Okay, thank you very much for that. It's always a pleasure listening to you, your show, boss. Please claiming with the Ronaldo too much suspension. Why he effect for a new club? Thanks. So it's a FIFA ban. It's a global ban thing. You can't jump it because you move to another place. Now that's how they ratify the law. It works everywhere, so you have to wait it through. If not, many people will do that in that maybe final season when they know they want to make a transfer, they just go get themselves some escape. So anyway, if you get national team red card, you get and you're not going to play it. That ban will follow. Okay, Oduni Rami, like I said, the goal for me is United had won yesterday. The result put them very closer to Arsenal and the chance to beat Arsenal on Sunday, which will cut the difference to just 3 points. And I'll go wait tired. I'm really just, and I'm going to just this weekend. Oduni Rami, like I said, United are no pushovers. So even without Casemiro, Arsenal will have to be at their best and take their chances early. You know the funny thing about this season, Arsenal is the only team that need to be at their best every game to win the season. The rest of the 20 games that they will play, they need to be at their best every game, until they get to 95 points or 91 points. I think when they get to 91 points, the title is secured. But between now and then, they can afford it.
That's just different from every other team.
Every other team,
they can afford 2 games.
Liverpool is not in the conversation.
Liverpool of their prime.
Liverpool is the bastard of the Premier League now. They are playing bastard derby this weekend now. Yeah. Liverpool versus Chelsea. That's the bastard derby now. Amarless. Leave those people. We're talking Man United and Man City and Arsenal. You're talking rich. You're talking of better people. You talk of kidnappers versus militants. Leave those miscreants. Talk better people. Johnny Gaffer say the goal was hurtful, but to be honest, Manu was poor in the second half, so we can't complain. United don't score enough goals. I agree with you on that one. That's why they have +8 when Arsenal get +28. Johnny Gaffer, he said 95 million for Anthony is worse than 72 for Pepe. Oh, you don't do Nana. Okay, that's why they complain about Pepe. Una say no, make a leave him. Some people even had the audacity, the temerity to compare him with Thierry Henry. That it took Thierry Henry 12 games to settle into the Premier League. Thunder, where are they? Answer me when I need you. My name is Elijah this morning. Johnny Gaffer, he said, I think Arsenal beats United 3-1 this weekend. Hey, man! Thunder will not fire you. God will bless you. and bless your father and your parents and everybody in your family. And the person you are in love with will not serve you breakfast. Hey, you will get promotion in the office. All this prayer, they work. All of us will not be successful. Greg Okoji say the goal considered is more painful because it would have been a booster for the team against Arsenal, knowing Casemiro is suspended. But now that Man United did not win, they might not come with Pepe Eye to face Arsenal. Now that one they pay me soon. Full solo zone. Say, can I watch the MPFL live? We're working on it. We're working on it when we will give you the announcement. By the time I'm done with my show today, I should be able to let you know that we're supposed to stream again from Play 2 this weekend. Last weekend, but it didn't work because of logistic problem and well, I'll give you the details. I will give you the details as we go. Probably I should be able to give you the details later in the day. I'll do a video for that because if all things are signed up, tomorrow I will be here. I will be this show. Tomorrow morning I'll be at the airport flying straight to Jos. Okay. It's about to say, damn, Benedict, what question are you happy you are not? Bros, this generation sweet to not mind them. It's a Patrick, he say that of Mikel would have been more painful, same as that of Gascoigne. Here's a Patrick, he say Chelsea hijacking Willian deal to Spurs too is mad. Chelsea chat. It's a Patrick say Robinho, Nuno say Robinho, Romana say Robinho, and then you have his Patrick come back here and say some MPFL preview. Not today. The MPFL never get rich where would they do preview for them? Okay, Oduni Remileko, he say I know Kuku they over excited before. Top 4 is the goal. I like this guy. Tampa is expectation. Here's a Patrick say anytime I hear Copenhagen, I think of Amo. Yeah. Yemi Dynamite, they say, why is DDG David De Gea complaining even before the game is played? Okay, United's fall is exciting to see. Good morning, Big Uncle E. Thank you very much. And then she went on to say, Arsenal is aiming for top 4 and taking it one game after the other. Our humility is sponsored by 90 years of no titles. So let me say we just want the humble. 90 years of no title make every normal Arsenal fans are humble, and the arrogant one like the McMoss Baba won't put us for trouble. And then choose all those people, they just won't put us on, they won't bring our leg out, and they don't say we don't wear pants. Now let Buluku will wear. They'll carry us up, make the whole world see us. Calm down. We came this season for top 4. We are going it one game at a time. In the words of Murphy, JJ Wire. Okay, as a Patrick said, so these people, Bantasha, he go touch everybody. Yemi Dynamite, he said, I think Pepe is why Edu and Co are careful not to overprice untested young players in the EPA. I agree with you. And then she went on to say, Benedict is back. Happy New Year to him and I hope he enjoyed his holiday. Yeah, I gave him 1 month and then he chose yesterday to come late. This boy will do front jump. He never said anything. Leo, they say, Gracie was okay. Now I understand. Now make you get a better day. Ciao, 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 ciao. Italian for always say that to me. Ciao. I just want to ciao. Grab a country. He say, I beg. If you did broadcast MPFM, make una wear trainers so in case violence erupt. No, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But if we're going to do a match broadcast, that's how we dress anyway. We're not gonna wear traditional wear now. We're gonna be ready for anything. But for us that are broadcasting, we can't run because our equipment is there. You're killing us with the equipment. So we cannot really leave our equipment for wear.
But MPFL now have a 3-point deduction for violence.
After they break your head.
You suffer the consequences.
Your father left here. As a Patrick say, I think Rebecca say, yes, so we get some strong head fans with the mock Chelsea now. I don't beg them, they don't agree. I can't force them not to mock now. As a Patrick say, I hope they can keep it up so that away violence will reduce. I think it will reduce. I mean, people have been going away to win matches and nothing's happening. But like I said, table turn, small. Some Arsenal fans don't swag Chelsea violence. As a Patrick say, LMC officials, they attend matches now. And that's also a good one. And as we go, let me take this from Instagram. Some of the grammars are gramming us, so we don't leave them behind, but they are always coming late. Okay. And this one is coming from my brother in Port Harcourt, Yomi, who is a great interior decor man. Any house you build and you need somebody to really give you a tastefully finished interior at a good price. that's the guy to go to. And Chooks, for furnitures, I mean, you can contact Chooks. For furnitures, that's the guy to go to. Interior as well. He said, but to be honest, if we have him, he will be good for us with dead ball. See, that boy, just looking at him on the field, you know that boy will come to the Super Eagles and give us attitude problem. That's not the kind of guy you need. That boy does not have the attitude to play for Nigeria. He go cause us problem. No need. One another warrior that said, when they look beyond the ball, just the total package where you want to bring in. I get fine. She knows how to cook, she knows how to talk, she knows how to behave. You want to marry him. You can't go give your parents and this person you want to marry. He reach there, they touch your papa for head. Live fine, oh. One pregnancy, two pregnancy, three pregnancy, you come now, the finance go disappear, and that attitude no go come out. It go dead there. Like shit when they don't flush your toilet. That disaster if you send for money, no. I have to tell you, living with people, you don't ever open toilet like you may see blood, they inside toilet, you dey comfortable. Your body go do one kind of. Man, I know they now so on our key gonna throw Emmanuel Dennis. If we have him, we will score 20 goals. If we have him, the pattern will be this. They're not bring him. Leave Michael Lisa as I play ball. He better chase himself. I won't consider him small. Leave Michael Lisa. Well, I leave that small because that was supposed good player at 21 on the Thompson and Super. He also Super Eagles. But I never get respect against him. The Super Eagles, I never get respect the Super Eagles. Okay, he said, apart from Okocha Bros, nobody has come close with crosses and dead ball. That boy, how many crosses he crossed well yesterday because he got a free kick. Not what again. He said, even though I'm not a fan of calling just anyone on our squad, on our Super Eagles, but when you see someone that can improve some certain areas, why not? How many free kick he does? I'm safe to say that we get what's that Southampton player? What Prowse? I ain't gonna even the coach it. I'm gonna select the team. Chooks 9,000. He said Chooks one name. He said Arsenal 3, United 1. I tweeted this yesterday, and thank God someone is saying that. The person is saying the thing. I can go play the ball. Chooks, your fish head. Chooks 9,000 say, please, can you give us a list of players Chelsea FC hijacked from other rival clubs? You really came late. Chelsea will suffer too for 600 years. That's not possible.
Very possible.
The funny thing about that Willian story is that Jose Mourinho approved the signing without him doing medical. He should just sign. Connection, good shot. God, there's something. One of the worst transfer that's ever been done in my life. Somebody just calls Saleh, a whole Saleh, say, hey, I just see one boy. His name is Baby. Yes, he said, baby. He said, this guy is better than Ronaldo. He said, combination of Ronaldo, the Rebecca, Ruth Van Nistelrooy, and Ronaldo and Lima. He said, yeah, 7 million. The guy called Aki Abapo. You got one competition with you on the organized. God forgive me. So Aki, this should be Aki father. Aki will come over there for the Johnsons. He will call it with the South African West. He will come. Because he will call the whole repair exchange. For my mind, as I do commentary, I say, if I talk what's in my mind, yeah, if I talk what's in my mind for this commentary, this stadium fee, let me just leave it like that. You could worry. Hey, where my Jesse? If you went the same like that, where my Jesse? I want to. You and the ball are the same size. You don't even fear as a married man. People feel run, press you now. Uguyo, that boy, Efe, I'm going to the color for the Johnson. Respect yourself, oh. They can't give a worry me. Nobody they call Efe be like that. Efe, then they be like that. I don't know why they choose Efe, go give that boy. You guys are like Akbakini or something. But Efe, I don't give Efe. That's not good. And I just want to. Well, at this point, I need to pack my bags and baggages and leave. But there's some comments that just came in from the YouTube channel that I need to just take. Okay. Is it Patrick say no? Bros Ima never resumed. He was there yesterday. Now you don't listen. Diego Costa 19 say up the Charles. Yamin Adamai said Nigerians are the greatest coach that never managed the Super Eagles. And finally, Eze Patrick says a club in Turkey has this written at their club entrance. Your talent brought you here, but your attitude is what would keep you here. Chike Ayalogu said, good show. What's your prediction for the Arsenal Man U match? Erik Ten Hag will be the coach of Man U, and Mykhailo Arteta will be the coach of Arsenal. That's my prediction. There will be a referee, and the referee will not score a goal in the match.
And Ramsey will start the game.
And Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard, all of them will start. And also, Rashidi Yekini will play for Man United. You know who Rashidi Yekini is. If you don't know, you sabi. What's the last one on the show today?
I have a skill here. Bad, good, bad, mid, good, great, amazing, perfect. So tomorrow I'm going to do the best of the January transfer windows signings. But for the ones you
that's for you. Today, if I am not here,
all right,
that's for you.
But for the ones you mentioned today,
I most likely be flying tomorrow morning to Jos.
But for the one you mentioned today, on this scale, let's start with William. First of all, William on this scale, and we really
for Chelsea,
yeah,
what's good?
Bad mid, it was good.
What's good?
Gascoigne,
oh great.
Yeah. Who else did you mention?
Gascoigne is a fantastic player.
Mykhailo,
fabulous, even over your scale.
Over the scale,
yeah,
perfect, more than perfect.
Yeah.
Who else did you mention again?
Mentioned a lot of players. Who else again did I mention? Guys, you're stretching me now.
I'm sorry.
Rubio, Didi Aman.
Rubio, yes.
Didi Aman to Man City was a great player, but to Man City, nah.
So mid, put him mid.
Put him in mid. Rubio, for Man City, mid. Musa Sissoko to.
I think bad, personally for me, bad.
Bad, yeah. William, good. Riken, perfect. One of the greatest signing. Alfredo Di Stefano, that's Mr. Madrid now. Without him, Madrid is useless. That's the greatest signing Madrid has ever made, even up to this very day. Emmanuel Petit, fantastic. Fantabulous. Pogazzi, I've talked about that one. Genovia, I've talked about that one. Wigan, I've not mentioned. Malcolm, shit. Flush him to the toilet. David Silva, legend. Put extra and start to it. Legend, extra, star. That's the end of the show today. Oh Jesus, it's good to have a job where you have fun. Life is too stressful. I didn't tell you now. Life, common production do what they pursue. They don't make me then they feel they sleep again. Nigerian first, everybody now only nights and they come me. I like my sleep. If I'm not sleeping, I want to watch film. Not be today. My phone will ring 2 o'clock in the night. What the heck are you people doing 2 o'clock in the night? We're in Akure. Una go cover. We're not in Kwara. What's happen? Na night. When person don't do all this to finish, call game on this. I because it say you the pose. You don't know the suffer or the suffer. But leave a just say shout out to your girlfriend. I hear you have a girlfriend now.
I'm said so.
That's what I heard. Just say shout out to her.
So.
Just say shout out to your babe.
I don't care, babe.
Okay, all right, guys. Bye. That's why I leave the studio today. Let me leave Manchester United fans with Mykhailo Olise. My name is Edafe Manchester United. Has been fun with you guys out there and Benedict Eki. Let's see how it goes tomorrow. The show will be on definitely. I might be here. I might not be here, but bye-bye. Or I say, hasta la vista.
It's Olise for Palace, and it's over the wall! It's absolutely spectacular! Selhurst Park erupts! And Palace have surely got themselves a point thanks to a moment of genius from Mykhailo Olise.